Here's the image that my presentation will be focusing on. It is a wood sculpture of the demon named Tentoki, and it was made by the artist Koban in approximately the year 1215 AD. Here are a few more details about this image. As I mentioned before, it was made by the artist Koban and built approximately in the year 1215 AD. It is made entirely of wood, and even though it was originally painted, much of that paint has faded off, as you can see in the image. The eyes are inlaid, and it is approximately 30.75 inches tall. The object that it is holding in its hand and supporting on its shoulder is a lantern. This image has a brother demon named Ryutoki that is very similar and always appears next to it. Together, these images are the gate guardians of the Kofukuji Temple in Nara, Japan. Here's a little bit more information about the artist Koban. Koban is the son of Unkei, who died in 1223 and was from the Kai school of sculptors. We have little information to go on as far as Koban goes, but we do know that he worked during the early 13th century when these two pieces were made. These two pieces, Tentoki and Ryotokai, are his only surviving works. Also, these pieces were done in the style of Unkei, his father. Here are some more images of the statue of Ryotokai. As you can see, it is very similar to the statue of Tentoki, as they are both created by the artist Koban. As I mentioned before, the two statues are placed next to each other outside the gate of the Kofukuji Temple in Nara, Japan. Note the difference in facial expression between the two statues. Specifically, Tentoki had his mouth open, whereas Ryotokai has his closed. Also, the difference in lantern placement. Japanese legend says that these two creatures were originally evil, but after getting trampled by Shiteno, they repented, were saved, and now serve the Buddha. Together, they symbolize the power to defeat evil. Now I'll talk a bit more about the symbolism of the lanterns that the demons carry. The lanterns represent an offering of light to the Buddha, or they serve to light up the road in front of him. Falling in line with the story I just told, the lanterns represent the conversion of the demons to Buddhism and their acceptance of Buddhist law. In Japanese history, the ritual of lighting lanterns began as an offering to the Buddha for the purpose of the eventual achievement of enlightenment. Here is an image of Agyo and Ungyo, two other gate guardians. They're each 26 feet tall and located outside the Todaiji Temple. They were built in 1203 under the direction of Unkei, the father of Koban. Notice that one has its mouth open while the other has its mouth closed, similar to Tentoki and Ryotokai. This represents life and death, or beginning and end. They serve as a pair of protectors who commonly stand guard outside the temple gate at Japanese Buddhist temples, one on either side of the entrance. These two are Hindu gods incorporated into Buddhism as protection against evil spirits. Their fierce and threatening appearance is said to ward off those evil spirits and keep the temple grounds free of demons and thieves. In some account, they were said to have followed and protected the historical Buddha when he traveled throughout India. Here's another example of a guardian in Japan. These images are of Tamonten, the guardian of the north. The north is typically the direction from which the most evil comes. As you can see in both images, Tamonten is always pictured holding a spear and a pagoda. And as you can see in the image on the left, Tamonten is always pictured standing on a demon, which symbolizes an evil spirit. And that's the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed learning about Tentoki.